So, why did I start coaching with Sarah? I've always been leading an active lifestyle for most of my adult life. I worked in gyms for years, love group fitness, kickboxing, spin, yoga, weightlifting, running long distance, and I had some personal trainers that were wonderful. And, anyways, at the end of one of my group fitness classes, the coach was saying, you want to make this a lifestyle habit, work out 3 to 4 times a week. You'll definitely see results. But if you're not seeing results and you're doing that, you might want to consider the nutrition side of things. There might be something that you're missing or that, you could be doing better. And I thought, you know what, like that really resonated with me. I'd recently seen one of Sarah's other clients' testimonials, and everything she said literally sounded like me. And I said, this is it. This is my sign. I got to call Sarah. So prior to coaching with Sarah, I was struggling with a few things. I'm busy, like most people. I run a full-time business, and I also have a 5-year-old at home with me most of the week. And I'm also genetically predisposed to diabetes, high cholesterol, heart disease. So I have to, work a little harder at being healthy. And working with Sarah was definitely necessary. Like I said, I lead an active lifestyle, and I just needed nutritional coaching in order to really turn the dial on the results or lack thereof that I was getting at this gym. And I've learned a lot along the way. Sarah broke down sports nutrition for me. She broke down how to fuel my body according to my age, my activity levels, what's available to me, and what will help me get the most out of my workouts. She explained what macronutrients are, your protein, carbohydrates, and fats, what they do for your body, the mechanics of it, and how to time the food so that you're getting, again, the most out of your body, out of your day, and out of your workouts. And meal prepping became my best friend. And because I specified that I needed full support, thank goodness her program came with dozens of meal choices catered to my preferences for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I tons to choose from, super simple recipes. If you're a visual learner like me, they had videos that went along with them. And, sooner or later when you start to repeat the meals, you start to learn, okay, well, I need X amount of protein in my day. So this is what a serving of protein looks like for whether I'm eating tofu, beans, lentils, meat, chicken, fish, like whatever that might be. And then I eventually started to learn how to build it. So I did my coaching with Sarah for 6 months, and then I decided to fly on my own, and so far so good. But if I had to say what the most valuable knowledge I gained from coaching with Sarah was, it's understanding food and its timing and how food fuels my workouts, and therefore being able to reap all the benefits of exercise. The second thing I learned is that consistency is everything. It's the 80-20 rule, and that's pretty much how I did the program. So 80% of the time I was, sweating heavy, sweating heavy, lifting heavy, meal prepping my little heart out so I wasn't making bad choices when I was out on the fly. But 20% of the time I was on my trips. I was in restaurants. I was enjoying the birthday cake. I was enjoying my, the food at the family reunion, like all of those things. And I learned because it's not what you're doing 20% of the time. It's what you do 80% of the time. Stay consistent and, you'll see the results. So a few gains and wins that I've had that I wanted to share. So within a week of the program, in conjunction with my regular workouts, I found I was sleeping more soundly, my bloating was right down, and my PMS symptoms had eased up. They'd been horrible after I'd had my son 5 years ago. 8 months later, there are a few gains that I wrote down because I just wanted to make sure that I didn't miss them. But these gains and wins are quantifiable achievements, which just kind of help to underscore the strength and endurance that has improved over my time in training with Sarah. So 2,000 meters on the rowing machine. If you've ever rowed in real life or on a rowing machine, it's not easy. So I rowed 2,000 meters. Last March 2024, I rowed it in 8 minutes and 4 seconds. And this January, I did it in 7 minutes and 56 seconds, which is an 8-second improvement, which is huge. If I were to have raced myself last year, myself last year would have come in 8 seconds after me over that finish line. So that's kind of how I visualize it to myself. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty significant. Even though it doesn't sound that much, it's significant. The other one was our 1 mile run. So in May of 2024, so prior to my coaching with Sarah, I ran it I don't run anymore. I power walk. So I gave up long distance running. Power walking is just easier on my joints. So anyways, last May, I did it in 7 minutes and 27 seconds. And then this January 2025, I did it in 7 minutes and 6 seconds. So that's a 19-second improvement. Yay me. Down a clothing size in tops and bottoms. I don't really weigh myself. We rarely weighed in, or I really did those progress checks. We did them once a month. I don't even have a scale in my house. I really just measured my wins based on my clothing sizes, like the notch in my belt and these benchmark workouts at my gym, the 2,000 meters, the 1 meter run, for measured improvement. And then most importantly, in June 2024, before I started training with Sarah, I went and got some blood work done. I just wanted to make sure I knew where everything was when I started, and, so I could measure the wins, should I have any, at the end of the program. So in 2024, my glucose levels were close to diabetic. Yikes. I clocked in at 6.9 and diabetic 7.0. Since then, they've completely normalized. And my cholesterol, which I've struggled with my whole life, was down overall by about 20%. My doctor, who taught cardiology at the Vancouver General Hospital, had said she had never seen such a vast improvement in cholesterol in just 6 months, or by then it would have been 7 months, with just diet and exercise. So she was like, whatever you're doing it right. And my guess is that she's never worked with anyone who's trained with Sarah. If they did, maybe she'd see this more often. So coaching with Sarah has really changed my approach. She's taught me a sustainable program that works for my lifestyle. I never feel restricted or that I'm missing out. And I can honestly say it's the only program that's given me measurable results inside and out, and I'm still following it 8 months later. So from here on in, I think I'm just going to continue on with what, she's taught me. It's worked for me so far, and I got a lot that I want to do in my older age, and I want to make sure that I have the freedom and health and strength to do it. So thank you, Sarah. And if you're thinking about, training with Sarah or getting some nutritional coaching, this is your sign. I had my sign. This is yours. Go reach out. Sarah's awesome.